Hello everyone, it's Ashwin Rao. Today I'm bringing you an unboxing of a brand emerging from Bandung, Indonesia. For those of you who know, I'm a huge fan of the Indonesian bootmaking scene, which features a wide range of up-and-coming artisans. This is Fortis Boots, and today I'm going to be unboxing their chukka boot. So let's get to it. It's a beautiful box, nicely made. Nice textured, standard box-like material. It came secured with 2 pieces of tape. On the side, you can see a label here that says Fortis Boots, chukka, spelled C-H-U-K-A. And we see some standard tissue paper with the Fortis Boots. It's like a sticker. Yep. Also really nicely comes with an extra pair of shoelaces that are bagged. I've never seen anybody do that. It's a pair of flat laces, like a single shoe bag kind of made of this paper-like derived material. You can see the drawstring here, and we see 2 bags here that are covering up the chukka boot. We're gonna get a first-hand take of the Fortis chukka boot. Now that we have this entire pair of boots unboxed and unbagged, we see this uniquely styled chukka boot. And I wanted to go through some of the details first before getting you into some of my thoughts on build quality and construction methods. First off, you can see the style of a chukka boot with its rounded style toe and its shorter height that you can see here. This is a 5-inch boot. But unlike most chukkas, this particular model has 6 eyelets rather than the more traditional 2 to 3 eyelet chukka. Those styles of chukka with less eyelets are more typical of classic menswear wardrobes. But I wanted to fashion a chukka boot that could handle a more rugged lifestyle, essentially having the same use ideology and patterns as, say, a military style service boot or a field boot. And so when I approached Sany and his team at Fortis, who are awesome, by the way, great to work with, rapid to respond, always willing to share, I approached them with the idea of this boot, which I saw on their website in a different leather, but I really like this last. You can see that this is a round-toed last here, but it's got a slightly asymmetric profile with a slightly more outreaching lateral side and a more standard curved and flattened medial side. So I really like this last, and you can see this last has a slightly upturned toe spring right here. This is called their Dakar last, and it's a last that they featured in other styles, but it has a slight asymmetry to it that was really appealing to me. The other thing I really liked about this boot is this very unique seamless heel. So most chukka boots that are designed and out there have a back heel seam that splits the backside of the shoe, which makes the leather easier to click and cut as well as assemble for lasting. But this particular model is essentially made from 2 pieces of leather. One that creates the toe box and the vamp as well as the tongue, and a second piece that wraps around for the side paneling, collar, and back heel. 2 pieces of leather to create the entire upper. Beyond that, you see that this has a natural edge dressing, of which I think Sany and his team applied a really nice high shine to the heel block. This is a standard block heel that you can see adorning a rugged commando style Vibram sole. And that Vibram commando sole was something that I thought would be appropriate because I really want to try a chukka boot in more rugged conditions, such as outdoors and muddy terrain and situations that a chukka boot is normally not gonna face. To that end, I chose a leather here that I saw featured by Sany and his team, which is a CF Stead African kudu leather. I believe it's called the kudu shaka leather, if I'm not mistaken. And that's by CF Stead from the UK. Kudu leather is typically the skin of an antelope. It's a full grain leather, and this is the flesh side of that antelope. And you can see all of these marks here, which represent some of the scars and natural marks that were acquired over the life of that creature. So this is how this leather is supposed to look. And I think that what they did when they were finishing the shoe is they slightly darkened the heel as well as the toe here, which I really like. It's something that adds sort of three-dimensionality to this shoe. As you know, I love the intersection between the high quality seen in classic dress shoes, but the rugged design aesthetic in heritage footwear. And I wanted to try to port the chukka into the heritage footwear style. The seamless heel, for example, is a real testament to the skill and craftsmanship of Fortis Boots, who's able to accomplish that type of leather cutting, clicking, and lasting. And you can see up close that the lasting is done very, very well. Here is their 360-degree Welted construction. This particular construction uses some unique features that I actually have only seen before on Midas boots, where you see the leather cut slightly ahead of the edge of the outsole here, and then the two layers of stitching in this double row Welted stitched on different layers. The outsole stitching done out here, this stitching here to fasten the other upper to the midsole here. Patterning is not 100% perfect. There's some slight variations on the stitching done from stitch to stitch, but this is a hand-stitched outsole. It's also hand welted and hand lasted, so you're going to get some variation there. You can see out here the work is actually rather clean here. I used an off-white stitching, which I really liked for that outsole stitching here, and then for the upper, this yellow-brown stitching, which offsets really nicely with this leather, with this color of the leather done for the African kudu shaka leather here. A couple other details. This is fully lined with full grain leather. This is a non-gusseted tongue, and I think it has a full leather insole as well. Speaking to that, I asked Sany about some of the componentry just to have a full idea of what my money was getting me, and he mentioned that this shoe uses steel shanks, so really rugged shanks that should allow for great arch support over the life of this shoe. Further, it uses all leather componentry, meaning that this uses Brazilian leather midsoles and insoles, and Brazilian full grain leather for the heel stiffeners as well as the toe stiffeners. So this is a fully leather constructed shoe from top to bottom. This is a shoe constructed fully of leather from top to bottom. And Sany was kind enough to actually share some photos of the production process for this pair as well as a few other pairs to demonstrate exactly how they last the shoes, what components they use, and I'm sharing those pictures with you along the way so you have an idea that this is a really high quality build. You can see that high quality execution of the outsole stitching and the Welted construction, which is at a 360-degree welt. Along the way, you see that this shoe has no back heel seam, which again speaks to the high quality craftsmanship being done here. The really clean profile of the shoe, the true execution of a more rugged style, and how the colors, the design, and the different components, including this commando sole, all come together in such a nice way. I'm looking forward to putting it through its paces and sharing images with this on my feet in the weeks and months to come. But this is exactly what I was looking for, was a pair of chukka boots that could withstand the use patterns of a service boot and do so in a stylish and aggressive contemporary way using quality craftsmanship. Fortis Boots, congratulations, you've designed an incredible style here, and I'm hoping that other people appreciate this style just as much as I do, because it's really something. Fortis Boots, chukka, give them a look. Hope you're all doing well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.